Congratulations to Magnus Carlsen, the winner of Norway Chess 2025. Magnus, there's so much that has happened today. How would you break down your classical game, and in which moments were you feeling like this tournament might be slipping out of your hands?
Yeah, I was feeling that at several points, but yeah, what could I do? I just had to fight, and it never felt hopeless. Like, I always felt that there was some counterplay, yeah, I kept fighting and managed to pull through.
What was going on in your mind throughout the final moves of the game, where you were in huge time pressure and you had to keep looking at the other game too, whether Gukesh has winning chances, whether to take the draw or not?
Yeah, at that point, I understand, like, I missed a fairly simple win earlier, and the main thing for me was to make sure that I don't lose and make sure that Gukesh doesn't win, right? So I was looking over, and yeah, at the end I just thought, you know, I had my share of fun in the tournament, and in this game, draw is going to almost certainly secure me the win. If somehow Gukesh manages to draw, well, then I guess I'll have to win the Armageddon. But at that point, I was, yeah, I just kind of had enough.
That is, I think, very understandable. It was over 50 moves of white chaos in your game. You said that you missed a win. Can you show us the moment where you realized that no, Christian, do we have the board? We don't want to look at the board. I just thought it was so pretty. The two knights and the rook trying to create a checkmate pattern. Did you notice anything that you thought you missed there?
No, I didn't. The weird thing is that Arjun, like, he showed me, I asked him if I had any simple win, and he showed it to me. And the thing is, it is actually a familiar pattern, and it's a beautiful, kind of simple, but also really beautiful one. So that would, of course, have been a very nice way to finish the tournament, but alas.
Can you tell us which moment he pointed out, Arjun?
Yeah, it was when he played Queen B5, and which is basically the only way not to resign on the spot. Well, maybe Queen A5 was possible as well. But no, yeah, he has to go to B5. But yeah, F5. This is what he showed me, and it's actually a very typical theme. So, you know, that would have been a classier way to finish the tournament. But yeah, that's the way it is.
I think it was still very impressive that you won the tournament, especially after what you had to go through in the middle of the tournament. Can you please tell us what it was like from your perspective, what happened against Gukesh, and how did you manage to recover?
Yeah, that game was tough, of course. There was, of course, one moment against Fabi where I could have lost, but that felt like a little bit random, and I thought in general I did a decent job defending in that game. But apart from that, things have sort of been going according to plan for more than 5.5 games. And then, of course, everything kind of comes apart. And yeah, ever since then, it was next day I was trying to recover, and to some extent, like, I lost a little bit of interest in the tournament, but I wanted to still try. And when Fabi sort of miraculously lost against Arjun, I thought, well, at least now I have a chance, and yeah, managed to pull through.
Magnus, one of the goals that you stated after that painful defeat was that you wanted this tournament, you wanted to show that you can dominate, and you're still by far the best chess player on the planet. You still won the event. What is next for Magnus?
I don't know. I think that overall I was definitely a deserving winner still, and even though certain games could have gone either way, like +2 as a classical score is probably on the lower side of what I could expect from the positions that I had. But we'll see. I don't think I'll be signing up to play every classical tournament just to prove something. It's like far too stressful for what I want to do. But it was nice to see that at least, you know, that I'm still very good.
Have you enjoyed the process the last few days? Have you enjoyed the games?
No. I kind of enjoyed today more than yesterday. Yesterday it felt like Fabi wasn't quite there, and it felt like I only won because of some random blunder where he lost patience a little bit, and but yeah, I mean today it was an interesting game from the start, and it was at some point pure survival mode, and in that case, you know, even if I lost, like it would have sucked, but it wouldn't have been nearly as big a blow as the game against Gukesh, because it was a very realistic possibility. I just had to keep fighting.
When it comes to your preparation, I bumped into you coming back from playing golf this morning. How much does it matter to you to combine physical activities and also get to switch off when it comes to a tournament that is 2 weeks long?
Yeah, for sure. You know, the days are quite long. I think the best tournament I had in recent years in 2022, I played a lot of paddle.
I love paddle myself. I can recommend it.
Yeah, last year I sort of just gotten into golf, and it's really nice to be able to get my mind off chess for sure, because yeah, on certain days, like if you have from 9 till 5 to think about the game, that's a lot of time.
That's certainly a lot of time. I'm not sure how much you have been on social media recently, especially after your game against Gukesh. Did you see yourself being shared by football clubs like Paris Saint-Germain referring to your moment against Gukesh and that emotional reaction? Have you seen how the world has been picking up on that clip and it went viral?
Yeah, of course. It's it's good for chess. It's good for the tournament, and yeah, it definitely wasn't my finest hour, but like I regret the moves that I made more than the gesture, because that kind of happened in the moment, and it was just was a fun, what can I say? But yeah, the history will still at least show that I won the tournament. So. Even if people may not care about that.
And that moment goes to show how much you care about the game of chess, because you were very invested in the game. You were winning in that game against Gukesh. So the reaction, of course, is very understandable. And the respect that you showed it right after toward Gukesh, saying good game and patting him on the back, I think that goes to show that no matter how frustrated you were with the outcome of the game and being upset with yourself, you respect your opponent and you respect the game of chess. And that is the sign of a true champion who, even in an emotional moment like that, can show that respect toward the opponent and toward the game. I think what everyone was saying, that we need to encourage players to be more emotional, to have those reactions, because it's good for the game of chess. So thank you, Magnus. I think we all appreciate it.
Well, again, people have got to realize that in those moments, yeah, when I have these emotional reactions, like the only person that I'm upset at is myself, and yeah, that's what I'm kind of getting out. And like my reaction didn't really, like, it didn't stop there. Like I was so kind of out of it that I had to like jump out of the car on the way back and just like take like several minutes just to compose myself. Like it was, yeah, it was very, very, very emotional for sure. But you know, that's honestly just the pain of chess, especially classical.
without dwelling on the past, now looking towards the future, it felt almost this tournament like a clash of generations as well. It seems like the old school is still in place. How are you seeing the next few years develop between the new generation that's coming up and you guys that are holding the fort?
I think the kids are on track, but they're not like way ahead of schedule. Looking at Gukesh play, I feel it's quite similar to what I was doing like in 2008, 2009 when I was breaking through. It wasn't always so pretty, but there was this tournament, for instance, Linares 2008, where I mean Vishy was cruising to +3 in first place, and I was just like playing crazy games here every which way, and honestly getting more out of the positions than kind of my pure chess skill suggested. And I think that is kind of what is typical of what kids do. Yeah, you can see in certain games that in parts of the game, Gukesh and Arjun are far behind, myself, Fabian, and Hikaru, but we're also we're the very best players in the world. They're not supposed to be our equals in every part of the game, and the fact that Gukesh can actually fight for tournament victory, despite having so many bad positions, he will probably not be happy with it himself, but it is encouraging, and I think very, it's typical. That's what kids do.
Part of the process. Thank you very much, Magnus.
You got the opening advantage a hell of a lot in this tournament by playing golf. Do you think just your opponents are much more ambitious nowadays? Do they come at you?
I don't know. I feel like it was kind of random. Of course, in the game against Gukesh, I played kind of so poorly in the opening that he kind of had to be ambitious, and in the other games, like Wei Yi, well, I should have been nothing, but I kind of managed to get something there. Then Fabi also should have been nothing. I don't know. I think it's a bit random. But yeah, there have been tournaments where I feel like I don't ever get a game, and of course, getting a game here in the 4 white games that I actually tried to win, that's very unusual.
You said throughout the tournament that your will for classical chess might be in question, whether you will compete at classical chess. Is it something that you will consider after the tournament? Do you think that you will be reflecting on this tournament after a few days? Any plans on your future tournaments, whether it's freestyle, whether it's the Esports World Cup? Where can people see you competing, Magnus?
Yeah, I will be taking a little bit of a break now. Go on a honeymoon, actually, which is kind of
Congratulations! Congratulations to you and Ella.
wild thing to do. But after that, I will be playing in Zagreb. I will be playing in Vegas, and I will be playing the Esports World Cup as well. So I got a lot on my plate coming up. As for classical, it was a bit of a mixed bag in this tournament. I didn't, as well, I've talked about, probably to the annoyance of a lot of people, I don't generally enjoy the games that much, even if I might be doing well. But it's still interesting, and I like competing. But by far the strongest emotion that I've had in this tournament is the pain after my loss against Gukesh, and winning the tournament is more a relief than anything else. So I don't think I will be playing a lot, but I'm also not guaranteeing that I'm never playing a classical tournament again. I might be coming back here next year. I cannot say that for sure. So yeah, it's a bit of a mixed bag. But at the very least, it's nice to see that I can play, and it's nice to see that at least in parts of the game I am still quite a lot better than the guys who are trying to sort of take over.
We most certainly think so. Magnus Carlsen, the GOAT. We have had this discussion, who is the GOAT. He's the winner of Norway Chess 2025. Magnus, you have won for the 7th time, and we hope that you'll be back next year to win 8 times, a record-breaking championship trophies. I don't even know where you put so many medals and trophies, but congratulations on the win, and enjoy your honeymoon. It's much deserved.
Thank you.